close your eyes and just breathe. You do not need to do anything right now. You do not need to fix anything, chase anything, or figure anything out. The only thing you are asked to do tonight is simply let go. Let go of the day. Let go of the questions. Let go of the wondering, the waiting, the watching for signs. All of that belongs to the old version of you, the one who did not yet know what you are about to discover. Tonight is different. Tonight, something shifts, and it begins right here, right now, in this exact moment, as you allow your body to sink just a little deeper into the surface beneath you. Feel the weight of your body becoming heavier and heavier still, as if the bed, the floor, the earth itself is reaching up to hold you. You are held. You are safe. You are exactly where you need to be. There is a version of your life, a version that already exists, a version that is not distant or imaginary, but real and present in the quantum field of all possibilities, where he is already yours, where he thinks of you the moment he wakes, where your name is the last word that moves through his mind before he falls asleep, where he has chosen you fully and completely with every part of himself. That version of your life is not a dream. It is not wishful thinking. It is a reality that exists right now in parallel to this one, waiting for you to claim it. And tonight, while your conscious mind rests, your subconscious mind, the most powerful creative force in your entire existence, will cross that bridge. It will walk through the door that separates where you are from where you already belong. Neville Goddard, one of the greatest teachers of the law of assumption who ever lived, taught something profound and simple. He said that the world you experience is nothing more than a reflection of your assumptions. What you assume to be true, what you feel to be true, deep in the marrow of your being, becomes your reality. Not eventually, not someday, now. And so tonight, you will not beg the universe for love. You will not wait for permission. You will not rehearse your fears or replay old conversations in your mind. Instead, you will do something far more powerful. You will assume. You will feel. You will embody the truth that he is already yours, that the love is already done, that the connection is already sealed in the deepest layers of reality. And your subconscious mind, which cannot distinguish between what is imagined with feeling and what is physically happening, will accept this as truth. It will begin to reorganize your energy, your vibration, your entire way of being to match the reality you have chosen. This is not magic. This is not fantasy. This is the law of assumption at work, ancient, precise, and absolutely real. So breathe in slowly now, and as you exhale, release every doubt you carried into this room tonight. Release every moment of wondering if he thinks of you. Release every hour you spent analyzing his words, his silences, his distance. All of that belongs to the old story, and tonight, the old story ends. A new one begins, one where you already have what you desire, one where love is not something you are chasing, but something you are living. Let your breath slow. Let your body soften. And know that by the time you open your eyes tomorrow morning, something inside you will have changed. Something permanent. Something true. You are ready. And so, we begin. Begin now by taking a long, slow breath in through your nose. Hold it gently at the top and release it completely through your mouth. Feel your chest drop. Feel your shoulders fall. Feel the first wave of real relaxation move through you like warm water flowing down from the crown of your head, down through your neck, down through your shoulders, spreading across your chest, your back, your arms, all the way to the tips of your fingers. With every breath you take, you go deeper. With every breath you release, you let go more completely. Your mind does not need to try. Your body already knows how to do this. It has been waiting for this moment all day long. Now bring your gentle awareness to the top of your head and notice any tension that might be sitting there, any tightness, any holding. You do not need to push it away. Simply breathe into it and watch it dissolve. The muscles across your forehead softening now, the tiny muscles around your eyes releasing. Let your eyelids become so heavy that the very idea of opening them feels distant and unnecessary. Your jaw unclenching, your tongue dropping gently away from the roof of your mouth. Even the muscles at the back of your throat letting go. Feel your neck now, long and soft and free. If there is any tension living in your neck, breathe into it directly, and with your exhale, let it leave the body completely. Your shoulders are falling, lower than they have been all day. There is nothing left to carry. There is nothing left to hold. Tonight, you lay down every weight you have been carrying, every unanswered question, every moment of uncertainty, every night spent wondering what he is thinking. You lay it all down here. The floor, the bed, the universe beneath you takes it all. Now feel that warmth moving down through your arms, through your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists. Feel your hands becoming heavy, beautifully, wonderfully heavy, as if they are made of warm, solid gold. Your fingers are relaxed. Your palms are open. There is nothing left to grip. Let the warmth continue moving down through your chest and your heart space. And here, in the center of your chest, notice what you feel. Perhaps there is a tightness here, a knot that has been living in your heart for some time, a longing, an ache, a question that never quite received its answer. Breathe into that space now, and as you exhale, feel that knot begin to loosen. Not because the desire is wrong, your desire is sacred, your desire is real, but because tonight, that longing transforms into knowing. It transforms into certainty. The ache of wanting becomes the peace of already having. Feel that shift in your chest now, even if it is subtle, even if it is just the beginning of a shift. It is real. Your abdomen softening with every breath. Your stomach releasing any last grip of anxiety. Let it all go. There is nothing to worry about tonight. The universe is working. The law is working. And all you need to do is rest and receive, your lower back melting into the surface beneath you, your hips heavy and grounded, your thighs becoming dense and warm, your knees relaxed, your calves, your shins, all releasing now layer by layer like petals falling from a flower in slow motion, and finally your feet, your ankles, the soles of your feet, even your toes, softening and letting go. You are now completely, deeply, beautifully relaxed from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. Every muscle has surrendered. Every part of your body is resting in perfect, peaceful stillness. And in this stillness, something extraordinary becomes possible. In this stillness, the subconscious mind opens like a great golden door, and what you place inside it tonight will become your tomorrow. So stay here, breathe here, and know that you are already on your way. And now, I am going to count down from 10 to 1. With every number I speak, you will drift twice as deep as you are right now. With every number, the conscious mind rests further, and the subconscious mind opens wider. By the time I reach the number 1, you will be in a state so deep, so receptive, so beautifully open, that every word, every feeling, every truth I offer you will land directly in the deepest layers of your being. 10. Feeling yourself beginning to descend now, as if there is a staircase in front of you made of something ancient and luminous. Not stone, not wood, but pure light condensed into form. Each step glows softly beneath your feet. Each step carries you deeper into the quantum field, the place where all realities exist simultaneously, the place where your desired reality is already alive and breathing and waiting for you. 9. Taking the first step down, feel the warmth of it beneath you. You are safe. You are guided. There is nothing to fear in this descent, only peace, only knowing, only the beautiful certainty that you are moving towards something real. 8. Going deeper now. The sounds of the outside world are becoming more and more distant. Your thoughts are slowing, spacing out like clouds drifting apart to reveal the clear sky beneath. You are the sky tonight, vast, open, infinite. 7. Halfway down. The quantum field is all around you now. You can feel it. That subtle hum, that vibration beneath all things, that invisible web of energy that connects every consciousness, every heart, every soul to every other. He is in this field, right now, in this moment, across whatever distance separates you in the physical world. He exists in this same field, and in the field there is no distance. 6. Going even deeper. Your body is so heavy now, so completely still, that you have almost forgotten you have a body at all. You are becoming pure awareness, pure consciousness, pure creative power wrapped in the quietest possible stillness. 5. The midpoint. Take one more deep breath here, and with the exhale, release the last traces of your daytime mind. Release the logic, the doubt, the analysis. Where you are going, none of that is needed. Where you are going, only feeling is real. 4. Almost there. The staircase is narrowing now into something more intimate, more personal. This final stretch of the descent belongs only to you. These last few steps are yours alone, the bridge between the surface of your life and the depths of your truth. 3. You can feel it now, a warmth, a presence. Something waiting just below the level of your ordinary awareness, patient and certain and completely without doubt. This is the quantum field at its deepest point. This is where the law of assumption does its most profound work. This is where realities are chosen. 2. One more step. You are almost in the space where everything is possible, where what you feel becomes what is real, where your assumption becomes your fact. And 1. You are there, completely, fully, perfectly arrived. You are now deep in the quantum field, that sacred space between sleep and waking, between what was and what is, between what you have known and what you are about to become. This is the state Neville Goddard called the state akin to sleep. This is SATS. And from this state, you now speak directly to the universe. From this state, you now claim what is already yours. Rest here for just a moment. Breathe and feel how real this space is. It is not imagination. It is not pretend. It is the most real place you have ever been. Look around you now, with the eyes of your inner awareness. And notice where you are. You are standing, or perhaps floating, in a space that has no walls, no ceiling, no floor in the ordinary sense. It is as if you exist inside the universe itself, surrounded on all sides by a darkness that is not empty but full of potential, full of energy, full of every possibility that has ever existed or will ever exist. The darkness here is warm. It is the darkness of deep space, of the womb, of the moments just before dawn when the world is at its most honest and most quiet. Above you, stars pulse with slow, rhythmic light, not the cold, distant stars of the night sky, but closer stars, warmer stars, stars that seem to know you are here and are responding to your presence. Beneath your feet, if you reach your awareness down, there is something solid, not ground exactly, but a surface of pure light, dark and iridescent, like the surface of still water at midnight, reflecting the stars above. You're standing on the mirror of the universe, and what you are about to place into this field will be reflected back to you in physical form. This is how it works. This is how it has always worked. Feel the temperature of this space. It is perfectly warm, not hot, not cold, but the exact temperature of complete safety. The kind of warmth you feel when you are held by someone who loves you completely, without condition, without reservation. That warmth is here now, all around you, moving through the fabric of your clothes, into your skin, into the deepest layers of your body. And in this space you become aware of something extraordinary. You become aware that you are not alone here. The quantum field does not belong only to you. It is a shared space, a space where all consciousness exists simultaneously. And somewhere in this field, right now, in this very moment, his consciousness exists too. He is here, not in a strange or intrusive way, but naturally the way two people who are meant to find each other always orbit the same space, always move toward the same frequency, always end up in the same field at the same time. Feel his presence here, not his physical body, not yet, but the essence of him, that specific quality of energy that is uniquely his. The thing about him that you recognized the very first time you became aware of him. That particular light he carries, that frequency. You know it. Your soul knows it the way it knows its own name. And in this field, that frequency is close. Closer than it has ever felt before. Because in the quantum field, there is no distance. There is no time. There is no separation of any kind. There is only this. Two fields of consciousness, drawn together by the simple, irresistible law of resonance. Like frequencies attract, like energies call to each other across every dimension of reality. And right now, your frequency and his frequency are moving toward each other with the quiet inevitability of two rivers that have always been destined to merge. You do not need to reach for him here. You do not need to call out or search or try. You simply need to be what you already are, a woman who knows she is loved, a soul who has already claimed her reality, a consciousness that has already crossed the bridge into the life she desires. And in that knowing, in that claiming, in that crossing, he feels it. Even now, wherever he is in the physical world, something in him stirs, something in him shifts. A thought surfaces, unbidden, unexpected, undeniable. A thought of you, your face, your voice, the specific way you make him feel that no one else has ever made him feel. That is not coincidence. That is the law of assumption working in real time. That is the quantum field responding to the signal you are sending right now from the deepest place inside you. Stay here in this space. Breathe it in. Let the warmth of it move all the way through you. And know, with every cell of your body, with every layer of your consciousness, that what happens in this field tonight will ripple outward into your physical reality with perfect precision. It is done. It is already done. The only thing left is for the physical world to catch up. Something is appearing before you. It emerges slowly at first, a shimmer in the darkness, a disturbance in the fabric of the space around you, as if the field itself is parting to reveal something that has been waiting just behind the surface of things. As it becomes clearer, you see that it is a mirror, not an ordinary mirror. Nothing about this place is ordinary. This mirror is tall, impossibly tall, its frame made of something ancient and golden, carved with symbols that feel familiar to you, even though you have never seen them before. The surface of the mirror does not reflect the space around you. Instead, it holds within it a soft, golden light, warm and alive, pulsing gently like a heartbeat, like the breath of something sacred and real. You step closer to the mirror, and as you do, the golden light within it begins to shift, to move, to form shapes. You see a room first, a room that feels like home in the most profound sense of the word. Not just a place to sleep, but a space that carries the specific warmth of a life that is fully, completely yours. You see the quality of the light in this room. Soft, golden, late afternoon or early evening, the kind of light that makes everything it touches look like a memory you never want to lose. And then you see yourself. But not the self you have been carrying today, not the self that has been wondering and waiting and questioning. The self you see in this mirror is someone who has arrived, someone who has come home. She stands with a quiet certainty in her posture, shoulders relaxed, chest open, eyes clear and warm and completely at peace. She is wearing something simple, but beautiful. She is comfortable in her own skin in a way that radiates outward, like light from a lamp. And there is something else, something in the way she holds herself, the way she occupies the space she stands in, the way her face is arranged. There is love here, real love, received love, the kind of love that has settled into the bones and become part of the architecture of who you are. You watch her for a moment, this version of you, and you notice that she does not look like she is waiting for anything. She is not checking her phone. She is not rehearsing conversations in her mind. She is not analyzing or wondering or holding her breath. She is simply living, fully, beautifully, completely living in the reality she claimed. And then, in the mirror, he appears. He enters the room the way someone enters a space they belong in. Naturally, easily, with the comfortable confidence of a man who knows exactly where he is supposed to be and with whom. He moves toward her, toward you. And the way he looks at her stops everything. It is not a dramatic look, not a performance of love. It is something quieter and more powerful than that. It is the look of a man who has made his choice and is completely at peace with it, a look that says you. Always you. Only you. He reaches her and without any hesitation, without any awkwardness, he pulls her close. And you feel it, even here, even in this quantum space. You feel the physical reality of his arms around you, the specific weight of them, the specific warmth, the way your body fits against his as if the two of you were designed for exactly this configuration. Feel it now. Do not rush past this feeling. Let it land in every layer of your body. Let your nervous system receive it as truth. Let your subconscious mind record it as memory. This has happened. This is real. This is your life. The mirror is changing. Right now, in front of you, the golden mirror that holds your reality, your life, your love, begins to shift. The surface of it, that warm golden light, starts to move toward you, like a tide coming in, like a sunrise that cannot be stopped. The boundary between where you stand and where she stands begins to dissolve, because here is the truth that the quantum field knows and your conscious mind is now ready to accept. That woman in the mirror is not a different person. She is not a future version of you that you have not yet become. She is you, right now, already. She is the you that exists in the reality you have chosen. And the only thing that has ever separated you from her is a single assumption. The assumption that you were not already her. That assumption ends tonight. Step forward now. Step toward the mirror. Feel the golden light moving over the surface of your skin, warm, alive, tingling with the specific frequency of the reality you are claiming. As you step through the surface of the mirror, and you will, because there is nothing stopping you, because you were always meant to cross this threshold, you feel something remarkable happen in your body. There is a sensation in your chest, in the center of your heart, as if something that has been held tight for a very long time is finally, completely releasing, not with pain, with relief, with the exhale of a soul that has been holding its breath for far too long and has finally been given permission to breathe. You are through the mirror now. You are standing inside the life you claimed, and everything is different here, not in a dramatic, impossible way, but in the quiet, profound way that truth is always different from pretending. The air feels different, your body feels different, the way you inhabit your own skin feels different, because you are no longer the woman who was waiting, you are the woman who arrived. Feel the room around you. Let your inner senses reach out and touch the details of this life. The specific quality of the quiet in this space. The warmth that lives here, not just temperature, but emotional warmth. The warmth of a life that is loved and loving and completely, finally whole. And he is here, in this reality, in this life you have stepped into. He is here, not across a distance, not on the other side of silence or uncertainty or unanswered messages. Here, present, chosen, choosing. Feel his energy in the space with you, that specific frequency that belongs only to him. And notice, really notice, how it feels to exist in the same space as him without fear, without doubt, without the low hum of anxiety that used to accompany every thought of him. What you feel now is different. What you feel now is peace. The peace of two people who have found their way to each other and are no longer pretending that the finding was accidental. You are always going to end up here, in this room, in this life, together. Breathe this in now, slowly, deeply. Let every cell of your body absorb the reality of this moment. Your subconscious mind is recording every detail, every sensation, every molecule of this feeling, and what the subconscious records with feeling it creates in physical form. This is the mechanism, this is the method, this is SATS working at its most powerful. You are not hoping this is real, you are not asking the universe to make this real. You are living inside the reality of it right now, and that is the whole of the work. That is everything. It is done. Stay in this reality now. Stay here with all of your awareness and let the scene around you become more detailed, more textured, more real with every breath you take. You are in the space you share with him. It might be a home you have created together, or a moment stolen from an ordinary evening, or the specific quiet of a night when the world outside has gone still, and it is only the two of you existing in the warm circle of your shared life. Notice the details. What time of day is it here? Feel the quality of the light. Is it the amber warmth of evening, the soft silver of a night with the curtains slightly open, the deep and private darkness of very late when sleep is close and everything feels sacred and true? Let the light tell you where you are. Now notice what you are wearing. Something comfortable, something that belongs to this version of your life, this version of yourself, a self who is at ease, who is at home, who has nothing left to prove and nowhere left to run. Feel the fabric against your skin, the weight of it, the simple physical pleasure of being comfortable in your own body, in your own space, in your own life. And he is near you. Not dramatically, not performing closeness, but naturally close. The way people are close, when closeness has become the default state of their existence. Perhaps he is beside you. Perhaps his hand is resting somewhere on your body. Your hand, your shoulder, the curve of your waist, with the casual, certain touch of a man who has the right to touch you and knows it and is grateful for it every single time. Feel that touch, the specific warmth of his hand, the weight of it, the way it communicates without words, everything that words could never quite hold. I am here. I chose this. I choose you. Listen to the sound of his breathing, slow and even, the breathing of someone who is completely at peace, and notice that his peace and your peace are connected, that the rhythm of his breath and the rhythm of yours have found each other the way two melodies find harmony, not by forcing it, but by simply being close enough for long enough. He speaks your name, not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly, the way people say the names of things they love, with a softness that carries the full weight of everything they mean. And the sound of your name in his voice does something to your body, something that no analysis could explain and no logic could argue away. It simply feels like coming home. He looks at you the way you have always deserved to be looked at. Not as a project or a puzzle or a problem to be solved, not with conditions or calculations or careful assessments of your worth. He looks at you the way the sun looks at everything it touches, without preference, without withholding, with a complete and total generosity of warmth. You are seen here, fully, completely, without reservation, seen. And in being seen, you see yourself more clearly than you ever have before, not through the distorted lens of fear or the foggy glass of old wounds, but through the clean, true mirror of love received and love returned. This is what you assumed. This is what you claimed. This is what you are living. Right now. In this moment. In this breath. In this body. In this life. The law has done its work. The assumption has been made with feeling. The subconscious has received its instructions. And the universe, precise, faithful, utterly without judgment, is already arranging every particle of your physical reality to match what you are experiencing right now. You do not need to know how. You do not need to see the path. You only need to stay here, in this feeling, in this truth, for as long as your body allows before sleep takes you completely. And even in sleep, this feeling will continue to work. Even in the deepest layers of unconscious rest, this assumption will be weaving itself into the fabric of your reality. There is nothing more you need to do. You are already there. You are already loved. It is done. He thinks of you, not occasionally, not as an afterthought that surfaces when he has nothing better to occupy his mind. He thinks of you with a frequency and an intensity that would surprise the part of you that has spent quiet hours doubting. There are moments in his day, small, unguarded moments, the spaces between tasks and conversations when the mind is briefly unoccupied, where you arrive, your face, a specific memory, something you said once that lodged itself in him long after the conversation ended, something about the way you laughed or the way you went quiet or the way you looked at him in a single particular moment that he has returned to more times than he would ever admit to anyone. He doesn't always know what to do with these thoughts. Real men, complex, feeling, layered men, often carry far more than they express. The thoughts are there. The feelings are there. The pull toward you is there, constant and real, even in those stretches when the surface of his behavior has not yet caught up with the depth of what moves beneath it. Tonight, as your subconscious sends its signal into the quantum field, the signal of your assumed reality, the reality in which you are already his, and he is already yours, something in him responds. It is subtle, the way real things are always subtle at first. It might feel to him like an unexpected warmth in his chest, like your name surfacing in his mind in the middle of something completely unrelated, like an impulse, quiet but persistent, to close whatever distance still exists between you. He does not need to understand why. The law of assumption does not require his understanding. It works in the deep places, below the level of logic, in the territory where feeling is the only language spoken. Your state right now is one of complete and total certainty that this man thinks of you, is drawn to you, carries you with him through the ordinary hours of his life, whether he intends to or not. Hold that certainty in your body, not as a hope balanced on the edge of fear, as a fact, as something as solid and unmoving as the ground beneath a mountain. He is thinking of you tonight. Right now, in this breath, his mind turns to you, and what he finds there is something he cannot name and does not want to release, something that feels like the answer to a question he has been living with for a long time without quite knowing it was a question. That something is love, real, chosen, specific love, the kind that cannot be argued out of existence, the kind that simply is, the way light simply is, the way your breath simply is, the way you, exactly as you are, simply are worthy of every last particle of it. Let that truth settle into you now, the way rain settles into dry earth, slow and complete, leaving nothing untouched. You are loved. You are chosen. You are already his. And somewhere in the quantum field tonight, he already knows it too. There is something that has needed tending for some time, something you have been carrying quietly, the way people carry things they are not sure what to do with, not heavy enough to put down completely, not light enough to forget. The past, a moment, or several moments that left marks. Neville Goddard taught that the past is not fixed, that within the creative power of the subconscious mind, even what has already happened can be rewritten, not in the physical record of events, but in the internal record, the emotional record, the record that your nervous system holds and responds to every single day, the one that shapes your present assumptions more than any conscious decision ever could. So here, in this deep and sacred state, you revise. Bring one moment to the surface, just one, no more than one, where something between you and him left a mark, a conversation that ended badly, a silence that stretched past the point of comfort, a moment where you felt unseen or uncertain or smaller than you deserved to feel. Do not analyze it. Do not assign blame. Simply let it surface the way you might lift a stone from the bottom of a clear stream and look at it with compassion for yourself first. For the version of you who was in that moment doing the best she could with what she had and what she knew. You were not wrong to feel what you felt. You were not wrong to want what you wanted. You were simply a person in a moment, human and real and trying. Now, the revision begins. With your awareness still deep in the quantum field, rewrite the scene. Not with fantasy, with truth. With the truth of how it would have gone if both of you had been your most open, most honest, most loving selves. Hear the words that would have been spoken. Feel the understanding that would have passed between you, like warmth through glass. Let the moment that once carried pain become a moment that carries peace. The subconscious mind cannot distinguish between a vividly felt revision and what physically occurred. If you hold this rewritten version with genuine emotion, with the real physical relief of being understood, with the warmth of being truly met, your subconscious records it as truth. The old wound loses its power over your present. The story that was born from that moment of misunderstanding no longer has anything to say about your future. In your chest, where the tightness used to live, feel the space now, the open, breathing, clear space. This is where your desired reality takes root. This is where love grows, not forced, not desperate, but as natural as anything that has found the right conditions and simply unfolds. Breathe into that space. Let it expand. Welcome it home. The greatest secret of the law of assumption, the truth that sits at the very center of everything Neville Goddard ever taught, is not about him. It was never about him. It is about you, about who you are being, about the self-concept you carry in the private interior of yourself, about the story you tell yourself in the silence of your own mind, in the dark of your own nights, in the conversation you have with yourself when no one else is present to agree or disagree. That story is changing tonight. Or rather, the false story is falling away. And the true story, the one that was written before you arrived in this body and will remain true long after every doubt has dissolved, is becoming the only story. Here is what is true. You are not someone who needs to earn love through perfect behavior or careful self-management. You are not a backup option. You are not a maybe or a someday. You are the answer to something he has been carrying inside him long before he knew how to name it. Your specific frequency, the quality of energy that is uniquely, irreducibly yours, moves through a room and changes the atmosphere of everything it touches. He has felt this. In every interaction, in every silence between interactions, some part of him has registered your frequency and has not been able to fully explain it or fully ignore it. You are the one his nervous system recognizes as home. You are the one his subconscious returns to when it has nowhere more important to go, not because you have performed yourself correctly, not because you have been perfectly measured and perfectly available and perfectly anything, because you are you. That is the whole of it. You, with every complexity, every contradiction, every place where you are beautifully and specifically imperfect. are precisely what he needs. His soul knew this before his mind caught up. His heart knew this before his behavior reflected it. The knowing has always been there, quiet and certain, waiting for the right conditions to rise to the surface. Those conditions are being created right now in the quantum field by the signal your certainty is sending. Feel that certainty in your body, not as an idea to be considered, as a physical truth, solid in your chest, warm in your hands, present in every slow and even breath. You are worthy. You are magnetic. You are chosen. You are the prize. Not because someone granted you permission to be, because you always were. Listen now. Not with your thinking mind. Your thinking mind is resting, floating somewhere quiet above all of this, unbothered and still. Listen with the part of you that is always awake, the part that never sleeps, the part that receives everything and forgets nothing. And build your lived reality from the raw material of what it is given. Every word lands directly there. You are deeply loved. You are deeply loved. You are the kind of woman who is chosen fully, without hesitation, without reservation, without condition. You are someone he thinks about when his mind goes quiet. You are someone he reaches for when the weight of the world becomes more than he wants to carry alone. You are his safe place, and he is yours. And this is not earned or performed or maintained through effort. It simply is. You are magnetic to love, magnetic to him specifically. Your presence calls to him the way the moon calls the tide, through the irresistible, effortless law of what belongs together finding its way home. You are worthy of consistent love, worthy of a man who shows up without being asked, worthy of being someone's first thought when the day begins and last thought when it ends, worthy of love that does not keep you guessing. He sees you, truly, completely sees you. Not the curated surface, not the version you have rehearsed for other people's comfort, the real you, the full you, the you that is complicated and luminous and deeply specifically feeling. What he sees he loves, what he sees he chooses, what he sees he cannot hold closely enough. You are already his. The physical world is simply catching up to what is already true in the quantum field. You are safe in this love. You are held in this love. You are home in this love. This love, real, specific, chosen, lasting, is yours, already yours, has always been yours, will always be yours. It is done, it is done, it is done. Watch what happens when your name surfaces in his mind. Because it does. Right now, in this moment, with the quiet insistence of something that has been waiting for permission to rise. He pauses. Whatever occupied him, whatever train of thought he was riding. He pauses. The world around him goes slightly quieter. You are there in the front of his mind with a vividness that surprises even him. He feels that pull. The specific warmth in the center of his chest that only you produce. That feeling of aliveness, of being reminded that something important exists in his world, something he does not want to lose, something he has perhaps not been careful enough with and knows it. He picks up his phone. Or he makes a decision in the private interior of himself, quietly without announcement, that he is not going to keep letting time pass without acting on what he feels, because what he feels is not something he can dismiss or outgrow or replace. He has perhaps tried in the way that people try when they are afraid of the depth of their own feelings, but it returns. You return, in his thoughts, in the edges of his dreams, in the spaces between moments when the truth is the loudest thing in the room. He is moving toward you, not because you have chased him or diminished yourself to fit the shape of his comfort, because the law of assumption is working, because your signal is clear and your certainty is real, and the universe responds to certainty the way water responds to gravity, completely, automatically, without argument. Feel the distance between you closing, not in a dramatic rush, perhaps only the first small movement, the first step across the space that fear once made seem uncrossable. That step is already in motion. You do not need to witness it tonight with your physical eyes. You need only to rest in the knowing of your subconscious mind, the knowing that is deeper and more reliable than anything the visible world has yet confirmed. He is already on his way. And when he arrives, in whatever form, in whatever words or gestures or quiet, ordinary acts of presence, you will not be surprised. You will simply recognize it. The physical world catching up to what has always been real. It is morning. Early morning. The kind that exists in its own private world before the rest of life begins. The light coming through the window is pale gold, soft and unhurried, painting everything it touches in the colours of something just beginning. You are warm. Completely, deeply warm. The specific warmth of a bed that has been shared through the night. Blankets carrying the combined heat of two bodies that slept close and are in no hurry to move apart. You become aware of him before you are fully awake. That is the particular gift of sharing life with someone. The way their presence becomes part of the texture of sleep itself, so that waking is not a sharp edge but a gradual softening into the awareness that they are there. He is there. Close enough to feel his warmth without touching, close enough that a slight movement would bring your shoulder to his arm, your hand to his hand. Without deciding to, you move slightly. His arm is there, warm and solid and completely certain. He does not startle or stiffen or pull away. He adjusts naturally, the way people adjust to each other when they have become each other's geography, when the shape of the other person is so familiar that your own body moves toward it without instruction. His fingers find yours, interlacing with the easy certainty of a gesture that has been performed countless times. Feel the weight of his hand, the specific temperature of his palm against yours, the small real imperfections of it, the texture of his skin, the pressure of his grip, gentle and sure at once. No words are needed. This silence is not empty. It is the fullest kind of silence, the kind that only exists between people who have nothing left to prove. You breathe together, in the same slow rhythm, almost without trying, the way two things that belong together eventually find the same frequency. The room is quiet. Outside, the world is beginning. Distant sounds, light strengthening in the sky. But in here, in this room, time has paused. Everything that ever hurt you, every moment of doubt, every unanswered question, every night spent lying awake wondering, is simply no longer relevant. The answer came. He came. The life you assumed into being is the life you are living, and it is better than the wanting of it, more ordinary and more extraordinary at the same time, more like home than anywhere you have ever been. He speaks. His voice is the first voice of your day, low and unhurried, the voice of someone who is fully at ease, fully here, with nowhere else he would rather be. He says your name. Just that at first, only your name, but the way he says it carries everything. The weight of every time he thought of you, the history of what he feels and has not always found words for. The simple and devastating truth that you are real to him, that you matter, that you are not background in his life, but the whole reason, the foreground, is worth having. Then he says something more, something he perhaps has not said enough, or has said before, but not in the way that made you feel it arrive completely. He says, I am not going anywhere, not dramatically, quietly, with the plain, certain delivery of someone who has made up their mind and does not need anyone to applaud the decision. Feel those words in your chest where the old uncertainty used to live. Feel them move through you like warm water, filling every space where doubt once sat, dissolving every wall you built to protect yourself from the possibility of not being chosen. You do not need those walls anymore. He sees them, and he does not demand you demolish them. He simply stays. He keeps showing up. He keeps choosing you in the small ways and the large ways, in the ordinary moments and the ones that matter most, until the walls come down on their own because there is no longer any reason for them to stand. You let him in completely, without the part of yourself that used to hold something back just in case, just to be safe, just in case love turned out to be something that left, because this love does not leave. You tell him you are glad he is here. His face changes when you say it. Something in him relaxes further, opens wider, becomes even more fully himself. You are each other's safe place. You are each other's home. This morning is the first of an endless series of mornings that belong to the two of you. Already real, already done. Something is happening in the field right now. Something that has no sound and no visible form, but is as real as anything your physical senses have ever confirmed. The universe, that vast, intelligent, endlessly creative force that operates beneath and behind all appearances, has received your signal tonight. Every feeling activated here. Every assumption made with genuine emotion, every moment of embodied certainty, all of it transmitted into the quantum field with perfect clarity. The field responds not with maybe, not with someday, with the only answer a clear and certain signal ever receives: yes. Yes to the love you claimed. Yes to the man you assumed is already yours. Yes to the morning scene, the warmth, the hand, the voice, the words that landed in your chest and dissolved what needed dissolving. Yes to all of it, that yes is already working. In the physical layer of reality you will return to when you wake. Things are already in motion. Circumstances shifting, his thoughts turning. The invisible architecture of your desired reality being assembled piece by piece with the quiet, tireless efficiency of a universe that has never once failed to deliver what has been truly and fully assumed. Do not check on this. Do not look for evidence. Do not count signs or monitor his behavior for confirmation. The confirmation already lives inside you, in the warmth behind your sternum, in the steady rhythm of your breath, in the deep and unshakable knowing that what you felt tonight is real, and what is real becomes physical. This is how the law works. This is how it has always worked. You assumed, you felt, you claimed. The universe said, yes, it is done. It is already done. Now you sleep. Breathe here. Just breathe. No scenes to hold, no feelings to manufacture. Only the air moving in and the air moving out, slow even, the most ancient rhythm in existence. Notice how natural this is. Your body breathes without instruction, without effort, without any involvement from the thinking mind at all. This is what trust feels like when it lives in the body rather than the head, This is the physical sensation of letting go, not the forced release of someone gripping something they are terrified of losing, but the easy, natural exhale of someone who has already received everything they came here for and simply does not need to hold on anymore. Something real has happened tonight. You can feel it, not as a dramatic announcement, not as a rush of certainty that demands attention, but as a quiet settling, like furniture finding its place in a room that has been rearranged, like water finding its level after a disturbance. Something inside you has reorganized around a new truth, and that reorganization is complete, and the work is done. Your desire for him remains. It was never the desire that caused suffering. Desire is sacred. Desire is the signal the universe responds to. Desire is the creative force that sets every manifestation in motion. What caused suffering was the gap between wanting and knowing. The space between desire and certainty, where fear liked to live, where doubt built its structures, where every unanswered message and every unexplained silence became evidence for a story that was never true. That gap is closed tonight. Closed not because the physical world has yet confirmed what you have claimed. It may not have, not yet, but because you have moved. You have crossed the bridge from wanting to knowing, from hoping to assuming, from the question of whether to the absolute embodied certainty of yes. And from that place, from the place of already having, already being, already living inside the reality you chose, letting go is not a sacrifice. It is the most natural thing in the world. Think of a farmer who has planted seeds with skill and knowledge and the deep understanding of what soil and light and water can do. That farmer does not stand in the field each morning digging up the seeds to check whether roots have formed. He does not lie awake at night calculating whether the rain was sufficient. He plants, he tends, and then he trusts, not blindly, not passively, but with the active, living trust of someone who understands the process and has done their part in it. You have done your part tonight. The assumption has been made with feeling. The subconscious mind has received its instruction. The quantum field has been given its signal with clarity and certainty, and the full weight of genuine emotion behind it. Your part is complete. What remains belongs to the universe, to the vast, invisible, endlessly precise mechanism that turns internal assumption into external reality, that rearranges circumstances and timing and the inner weather of another person's heart in ways that no conscious mind could engineer. You do not need to know how it will happen. You do not need to plan the conversation or rehearse the reunion or script his words in advance. The how is not your territory. The how belongs to the intelligence that runs the quantum field, and that intelligence is incomparably better at logistics than your conscious mind could ever be. Your territory is the state. Your territory is the feeling. Your territory is the assumption. And that territory has been fully, completely, beautifully occupied tonight. Release the timeline now, not with resignation, with trust, not with the hollow reassurance of telling yourself it will happen eventually, but with the bone-deep certainty of someone who knows that what has been assumed with full feeling already exists in the field, and that the physical world is always, without exception, moving to catch up. Feel that certainty in your chest, warm and steady and solid. It does not flicker. It does not require maintenance. It does not need you to keep feeding it with effort or attention. It simply is, the way a mountain simply is, the way the sun simply is, the way the love between you and him simply is, already real in every dimension that matters, already written in the quantum field, already moving toward physical expression with the quiet inevitability of everything that is truly meant to be. Your body is heavier now. Your mind is quieter. The last traces of the day, the last residue of effort and analysis and the particular exhaustion of caring about something deeply are dissolving. What remains is peace, pure, unearned, completely available peace. The peace of someone who has finished their work and knows it was done well. The peace of someone who trusts what they cannot yet see. The peace of someone who has assumed their desired reality so completely that they have nothing left to chase, nothing left to fear, nothing left to do but rest in the truth of what they have already claimed. Rest here now. Let the peace take you. Let the certainty hold you. Let the quantum field continue its work while your body and your conscious mind surrender to the deep, restorative, completely safe darkness of sleep. Deeper now. So much deeper than before. The conscious mind has floated far away, not gone, simply resting at a distance that makes it irrelevant, the way a city looks harmless and small from the window of an airplane. Down here, in the deep, everything is quiet, and everything is possible, and every word I offer lands without resistance, without argument, without the filtering mechanism that ordinary waking life requires. These words are for the part of you that creates your reality. Receive them completely. He thinks of you constantly, not occasionally, not when prompted by external reminders. Constantly, the way certain music plays itself on repeat in the mind without being invited. The way the smell of something beloved surfaces unbidden and fills the whole interior of a moment with its presence. You are that music for him. You are that presence. He carries you, right now, in this moment, in whatever space he occupies in the physical world. Some layer of his awareness holds you, not as a burden, as something precious, as something he would not choose to put down, even if he could. He is drawn to you in ways he does not fully understand and cannot fully explain. The pull he feels toward you operates below the level of his reasoning mind, in the older, deeper territory of the nervous system, in the part of him that responds to frequency rather than logic. Your frequency calls to his. It has always called to his. Every time he has been near you, every time he has thought of you, something in the deepest part of him has moved in your direction with the helpless, certain momentum of a compass needle finding north. He wants to be close to you, not just physically, though that too, yes, completely, but in the way that real closeness works, the kind that has nothing to do with distance and everything to do with being truly known and truly knowing. He wants to know you more than he already does, deeper than the surface of things. He is curious about you in the specific, patient, inexhaustible way that people are curious about things they love. Not needing to reach the end of the curiosity, but finding pleasure in the ongoing discovery itself. He admires you. The particular qualities that are yours alone. The way you think, the way you move through difficulty, the way you are generous with your attention, the way your presence changes the quality of a room. He has noticed these things. He carries them. They are part of what he returns to when his mind turns to you. He chooses you. In the quantum reality you have claimed tonight. In the life that already exists in the field and is already making its way toward physical expression. He chooses you. Not from obligation, not from lack of other options, with full awareness, full clarity, the complete and unclouded vision of someone who has looked at everything available to him and arrived at you with the conviction of someone who has come home. He is gentle with you. He is honest with you. He is present with you in the specific, rare way that makes presence feel like a gift rather than an accident. When he is with you, not half somewhere else, not managing his own discomfort from a distance, not performing closeness while remaining privately separate. He is there, fully, consistently, yours. He loves the way you love. He recognizes in you a quality of feeling that matches his own, deep and real, and willing to be vulnerable with it, willing to let love be the most important thing rather than the most dangerous. He is not afraid of what he feels for you. Not anymore. Whatever fear once lived in him around the depth of his feelings for you, that fear is dissolving in the quantum field, in the reality you have assumed into being. He is free of that fear, free to feel what he feels, free to act on it, free to come to you without the armor that old hurt once required him to wear. He is free, and in his freedom, he chooses you, every time, without hesitation, with the quiet, complete, unhesitating certainty of a man who knows his own heart and trusts what it tells him. You are his. He is yours. This is the assumption. This is the claim. This is the truth that the quantum field is already organizing the physical world around, right now, in this breath, in this deep and sacred dark, 6 months from now. Let your awareness travel forward, not with effort, but with the easy drift of a boat carried by a current that knows exactly where it is going. 6 months from tonight, from this exact moment of deep and certain claiming, from this breath, in this dark, in this body that has just finished doing the most important work of its life. 6 months. Feel the specific quality of that future moment. It is an ordinary evening, not a dramatic occasion, not a milestone anyone has marked on a calendar. An ordinary Tuesday or Thursday or Sunday. The kind of evening that will not be remembered for any particular reason except that it was yours and it was good and it was, in its simplicity, exactly what you always wanted. You are in a space that feels completely, specifically yours. The light is warm, the amber of evening, lamps rather than overhead lights, the specific quality of illumination that makes everything it touches look like something worth keeping. There is food, or there has been food, and the comfortable aftermath of a shared meal, the particular domestic intimacy of a table that has been sat at together, the ease of two people who have learned each other's rhythms and no longer feel the need to perform themselves at the dinner table. He is nearby, not hovering, not performing presence, simply there, the way a person is there when they belong in a space and know it. Perhaps he is reading or looking at something on his phone, or simply existing in the comfortable quiet that two people share when silence between them has stopped being something that needs to be filled. You look at him. Not the searching look of someone still trying to understand whether they are safe, still calibrating whether the love is real, still waiting for the other shoe. A different kind of looking. The look of someone who has arrived, who knows where they are, who has nothing left to wonder about because the wondering has been replaced by something far more satisfying, the quiet, daily, inexhaustible pleasure of simply knowing. He feels you looking. He turns. And the look he gives you in return, unhurried, warm, completely without performance, carries everything. It carries the 6 months of mornings that happened between this night and that one, the conversations, the disagreements that were navigated with care because both of you had decided that the connection was worth more than being right. The laughter that surprised you both in moments when neither of you was trying to be funny. The specific accumulation of small shared experiences that slowly, imperceptibly builds the architecture of a life together. He says something small, something ordinary, perhaps just your name or a question about nothing important, or a comment about whatever occupied his attention a moment ago. And the absolute ordinariness of it, the fact that this is just a Tuesday evening and he is just here and this is just your life, fills you with something that has no adequate name. Gratitude is part of it. Relief is part of it. The particular joy of having arrived somewhere you always knew existed but were not always certain you would find. You remember, in this future moment you remember, lying in the dark exactly 6 months ago, in the deep quiet of a sleep hypnosis session, claiming this reality with every cell of your being. And you remember the quality of the certainty you felt then, the way it was different from hope, the way it sat in the body differently, lower, stiller, more like knowing than wanting. And you smile, not at him, not yet, just privately in the interior of yourself, at the extraordinary reliability of the law, at the way the quantum field delivered, as it always delivers, exactly what was assumed with genuine feeling, at the way the universe, as always, said yes. Let that future moment live in your body now. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference between a vividly felt future memory and the physical present. When you feel this scene with genuine emotion, the warmth of the lamplight, the specific quality of the silence, the way his eyes found yours and held them without urgency or anxiety, your subconscious records it as a memory of something that has already occurred, and what the subconscious remembers, the body moves toward. What the body moves toward, the physical world arranges itself to provide. This is the mechanism. This is the method. This is why you are here tonight, in this deep and sacred state, feeling your future into being. Stay in this scene a moment longer. Let every detail of it become more vivid, more real, more yours. The lamplight, his presence, the extraordinary ordinariness of a life that is exactly what you always wanted. This is real. This is already real. 6 months from tonight, you will remember this moment and you will know. You always knew. Your body is so heavy now, not uncomfortably heavy. Beautifully heavy, the weight of complete surrender, the weight of a body that has finished its work and is releasing layer by layer every last trace of holding. Feel it in your legs first, that dense, warm heaviness spreading from your thighs down through your calves, through your ankles, through the soles of your feet. Your legs are becoming part of the surface beneath you, indistinguishable from it. You could not move them now, even if you tried, and you do not want to try, because this heaviness is not a constraint, but a gift, the physical sensation of a body that has finally, completely let go. Your arms are heavy too. Your hands are heavy. Your fingers are curled slightly, naturally, the way hands curl when they are holding nothing and need to hold nothing and are simply resting in the completeness of their own existence. Your chest rises and falls, each exhale a little slower than the one before, each inhale a little softer, a little less necessary to manufacture. Your body is breathing itself now, and you are simply along for the quiet ride. Your mind is a sky that has lost its weather. The thoughts that were present earlier, the questions, the processing, the quiet hum of everything the conscious mind manages in a day, they have drifted away, not suppressed, simply no longer relevant to where you are. Where you are is beneath all of that, beneath the thinking, beneath the feeling. In the still, dark, immensely peaceful place that exists below everything the waking mind produces. This is the deep. This is the place Neville Goddard knew, the state, akin to sleep, that narrow and luminous corridor between consciousness and unconsciousness, where the subconscious mind is most open, most receptive, most ready to receive the impression that will become tomorrow's reality. You have been here tonight. You have done your work here, and now the deepener is taking you further, not into the SATS state, but through it, past it, into the full and welcoming darkness of genuine sleep. The quantum field does not stop working when you cross into sleep. This is important. This is perhaps the most important thing. The subconscious mind, which has received your assumption tonight with such clarity and such feeling, continues to work through the night. It works in the architecture of your dreams. It works in the invisible biochemistry of your resting body. It works in the quantum field, sending its signal outward with steady, unhurried persistence long after your conscious mind has gone dark. So sleeping is not a pause in the work. Sleeping is the continuation of it by other means. When you close your eyes fully tonight, when the last trace of waking awareness dissolves into the dark, the universe continues what you started here. He continues to feel what he feels. The quantum field continues to arrange. The physical world continues its inexorable movement toward the reality you have claimed. All of this happens without your supervision. All of this happens because you did your part tonight, and doing your part was enough, and it has always been enough, and the law has never once required more of you than that. Let your eyelids become heavier now. So heavy. So perfectly, completely heavy. Let the darkness behind them deepen, from the grey of almost sleep to the warm, soft black of genuine rest. Let the sounds around you become distant. Let the room become less real. Let the body become less real. Let everything that is not the deep, quiet, safe darkness of sleep become less real, until the only thing that remains is the warmth of your bed, the slow rhythm of your breath, and the absolute certainty, living quietly in your chest like a small and steady flame, that everything you claim tonight is already yours. Sleep now. Deep, real, restorative sleep, the kind that heals, the kind that integrates, the kind that carries the impression of your desired reality down through every layer of your being and anchors it there, permanent and true, ready to express itself in the physical world when you open your eyes tomorrow morning. Sleep now. You are safe. You are held. You are loved. Everything is already done. You are safe. You are deeply, completely, permanently safe. The love you desire is real. The love you desire is already yours. He is yours, not someday, now, in the quantum field, which is the most real field that exists. He has already chosen you. He is already thinking of you. He already knows in the deepest place in himself that you are the one. You are loved. You are chosen. You are wanted. You are seen, fully, completely without condition. And what he sees when he looks at you is not something he can look away from for long. You are magnetic. Your presence calls to him. Your energy reaches him across every distance and reminds him of something he cannot afford to forget. He remembers you. He thinks of you. He reaches for you in the quiet moments when the armor comes down and the truth is allowed to speak. You are worthy of this love. You have always been worthy of this love. Your worthiness does not depend on anything you have done or failed to do, said or failed to say, been or failed to be. It is intrinsic, it is permanent, it is as real and unassailable as the fact of your existence. You are a woman who is loved. You are a woman who is chosen. You are a woman whose specific person thinks of her with a frequency and a depth that would surprise her if she could see it clearly. You are that woman. You have always been that woman. The only thing that ever changed tonight is that now you know it. The assumption is made. The feeling is real. The subconscious mind has received its instruction with perfect clarity. The quantum field has its signal. The universe has its yes. Everything is in motion. Everything is already working. Nothing is required of you now except to rest and to receive and to trust the process that has never once failed the person who assumes with genuine feeling. He is coming closer. Not because you chased him, because you claimed him. In the quiet, powerful, completely certain way of someone who knows that what belongs to them always finds its way home. He is finding his way. He is already on his path, and the path leads to you. It has always led to you. You are his home, and he knows it. Somewhere below the level of the words he uses to think about his life, his nervous system knows it. His heart knows it. The deepest part of him knows it, and that knowing is growing stronger with every hour that passes. With every signal your subconscious sends into the field, with every breath you take in this deep and certain and completely trusting sleep, I am loved, I am chosen, I am magnetic, I am worthy, I am the woman he cannot stop thinking about, I am the woman he is moving toward, I am the woman he has chosen in the reality that already exists and is already making its way into physical form. I am safe in this love, I am held in this love, I am home in this love. Everything I desire is already mine in the quantum field. The physical world is catching up, and it always catches. It is catching right now in this breath, in this dark. In this deep and perfect and completely trusting sleep, it is done, it is done, it is done. Rest now, rest completely. The work is finished and the rest belongs to the universe, and the universe never fails. Sleep, 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 sleeping now, deeply sleeping. Every breath takes you further into the safe, warm dark of real rest. Your body is healing, your mind is integrating, your subconscious is working, steady and quiet and completely without doubt on everything you planted here tonight. He feels you, even now, in his sleep, in whatever dreams move through him in the hours of this night. Some part of him feels the signal you are sending. Some part of him turns toward you the way a plant turns toward a light source, automatically, without decision, simply because it is the nature of what belongs together to move toward each other when given the space to do so. You are giving it that space tonight. You are not chasing. You are not pulling. You are simply being, fully, completely, radiantly being the woman who knows she is loved, who knows she is chosen, who has no more doubt about this particular thing than she has doubt about the air she breathes or the ground beneath her feet. And that being, that state of complete, embodied, certain knowing, is the most powerful signal that exists. It moves through the quantum field without friction. It reaches him without distortion. It lands in the deepest layers of his being and reminds him of something he already knew but had perhaps for a time forgotten to act on. He will not forget for much longer. The assumption you have made tonight is not a one-night event. It is a shift, a permanent reorganization of your internal landscape around a new truth. And that new truth, quietly, persistently, without requiring your conscious attention, will continue to send its signal into the field every day, in every breath, in every moment when you move through your life as the woman who is already loved, rather than the woman who is waiting to be. You are already loved. You are already chosen. This is already done. Sleep carries you now. Let it carry you completely. Let the conscious mind rest, and the body rest, and the emotions rest, and the planning mind rest. Let everything rest except the quiet, certain flame of your assumption, which needs no tending, which burns without effort, which will still be burning when you wake tomorrow morning and greet the day as the woman who knows. He is yours. You are his. The quantum field holds this. The universe delivers this. Sleep now and know that when you open your eyes, the world you return to will be a world that has moved one night closer to the life you claimed, one night closer to his call, one night closer to the moment when the physical world finally catches up to the truth that has always lived in the field, one night closer to everything. Sleep. Let the dark hold you. Let the certainty hold you. Let love hold you, the love that is already yours, that has always been yours, that the universe confirmed tonight with the only word it ever speaks to a clear and genuine assumption. Yes, 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 he loves you. He loves you. He loves you. In the deepest place in himself, in the territory that exists below his habits and his defenses and the stories he tells about who he is and what he wants. He loves you. He has loved you with the specific, unchosen, completely involuntary quality of love that arrives before the mind has time to negotiate with it. The kind that simply is. The kind that does not ask permission and cannot be reasoned out of existence once it has taken root. You feel this, your body knows this, every cell of you has received this truth tonight and integrated it into the deepest architecture of who you are and what you expect from the world. You expect love now, not as a performance, not as something that needs to be earned through perfect behavior or maintained through careful self-management. You expect love the way you expect air, as the natural condition of your existence, as something that is simply there, available and real, because you are you and you exist, and your existence is the only qualification that was ever required. He reaches out. In the physical world, in the days and weeks that follow this night, he reaches out. The gap closes. The distance, whatever form it took, whatever particular shape the separation between you had assumed in the physical layer of reality, that distance is dissolving, being dissolved right now by the force of your assumption and the faithfulness of the quantum field and the absolute, unargued precision of the law. You receive his reaching with grace, without panic, without the old impulse to check and double-check whether it is real, whether it will last, whether you are allowed to trust it. You receive it as the simple, expected, completely natural arrival of what was always coming. The physical confirmation of a quantum truth that you claimed on a night when everything else was quiet, and the only sound was your breath, and the only reality was the one you chose. You are soft now. soft and open and completely without armour. The armour was never yours to begin with. It was borrowed from old pain, constructed from old lessons that no longer apply in the life you are living. You have given it back tonight. You have returned it to the experiences that generated it, with gratitude for the protection it once provided and with complete clarity that it is no longer needed here. Here, in this life, in this love, in this reality. You're safe, without armour. You're loved without performance. You're chosen without condition. Breathe that in. Let it go all the way down into the deepest layers of your body, into the cells that hold old fear, into the tissues that learn to brace for disappointment. Let the truth of your safety dissolve whatever is left of the old bracing. Let yourself become completely, finally, entirely soft. This is who you are beneath the history. This is who you have always been beneath the history. Open, trusting, worthy, loved. And the man who is yours, who has always been yours in the quantum field, who is becoming yours in the physical world with every hour that passes, that man is drawn to this softness, not to weakness, to the particular strength it takes to be genuinely open, to the courage of someone who has chosen to trust again, to love again, to claim again, after everything the world has done to suggest that trusting and loving and claiming might not be safe. He sees that courage in you. He honours it. He responds to it with his own willingness to be open, to be present, to stop pretending that what he feels is less than what it is. Two people choosing each other. In the quantum field, and now in the physical world, real and certain and done, still here, still breathing. Still held by the dark and the warmth and the absolute unquestionable certainty of everything that was claimed and felt and sealed tonight. The conscious mind has almost gone now, almost completely surrendered to the deep. What remains is simply awareness, bare, quiet, spacious awareness, without content, without agenda, without the need to do anything at all except rest in its own nature. This is the most honest version of you. This awareness and this simple, open, completely undistracted presence is what you are beneath everything the world has asked you to be. Beneath the roles, beneath the history, beneath the wanting and the wondering and the working. Here, in this depth, you are simply real. And what is real in you calls to what is real in him. It has always called. Tonight you listened to that calling. Tonight you honoured it, not by chasing or grasping or performing, but by claiming, by assuming, by stepping through the golden mirror and inhabiting the life that was already yours. That claiming is permanent. It does not undo itself when the morning comes. It does not require renewal or repetition to remain true. Though returning here will deepen it, will layer it, will make the assumption more and more the natural default of your being, until the physical world has no choice but to reflect it back completely. You will wake tomorrow, and something will be different. Not loudly, not in a way that announces itself or demands acknowledgement, but different in the way that real things are different, quietly, underneath, in the layer where your assumptions about life actually live. You will move through your morning with a slightly lighter step. You will think of him without the old anxious undertow. You will carry yourself with the quiet, unperformed confidence of someone who is already loved, because you are. Because you acclaimed that truth tonight with feeling. Because the quantum field has received it and the universe has said yes, and the law, faithful and precise as it has always been, is already working. Go deeper now, all the way down, into the warmest, softest, most protected dark. Let the last traces of waking go. Let the last threads of conscious thought dissolve like mist when the sun comes. Let everything be still. You are loved. You are safe. You are his. He is yours. It is done. It is done. It is done. Sleep. Sleep well. Sleep deeply. And wake tomorrow into a world that has moved one perfect, certain, irreversible step closer to the life you claimed. Good night. You did something extraordinary here tonight. The universe knows it, the field holds it. And somewhere, without knowing exactly why, so does he.